Hello, this is David Hunt. I'm going to be doing a quick little dev blog for QuickPickle. I haven't had that much of a chance to work on it lately, but I did make some very important updates, a few of them, because I had a chance to update an old project that was using CucumberJS to QuickPickle, and so I wanted to just share with you what that was like. It was impossible when I started because there were a few bugs in QuickPickle that I didn't know about before I actually updated a very complex project. So you can see the screen here. This is my CucumberJS configuration for this old project. I'm using TS Node ESM as the loader, which was a pain and a half to get set up, but it did work in the end. And for the paths, I've got all the feature files in my tests features directory, and for the imports, I've got my step files in tests/steps star.ts, and I've got a world file in tests world.ts. All right. And to contrast that, I'm going to show you my vitest config. So first of all, this is vite.config.ts. So all I did really was add QuickPickle and use it as the plugin for Vite. And then my testing configuration is in a workspace file for vitest. So you can see I've just added this workspace for the backend tests that are using behavioral testing, that are using QuickPickle. And I've got it's extending the vite.config.ts file, and I've added the testTimeout because that's no longer in, the way that was done in CucumberJS was different. Now it's in vitest configuration. I'm still including all the feature files in tests features star.feature. And for setup files, what I've done is I've copied all those step files to a .steps.ts file. I think it's better to have that as a naming convention because then you can set up your VS Code to automatically get all those step files in there and get code completion for Gherkin syntax. So I'll just show you, and then this is also the world file, which is slightly changed as well. So I'm going to show you all the changes between those two files. The server.world for QuickPickle and the world.ts for CucumberJS, and then all the step files as well. And just real quick, let's look at the changes to the actual test files, because there aren't many. This is one of the test files. All I did was add a couple of tags to the tests, because now I can use the concurrent tag for QuickPickle and the soft failure tag, because I've got some tests that are like really, a lot of examples. This is like 500 tests related to search ordering. And I don't want them to just do one of those and then fail all the rest of them. So I've got the soft fail tag in there as well. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. I just added some tags to the tests to perform better with QuickPickle. So not much changes on the actual feature files. I did have to do one change on a feature file. Which one was that? That was, anyway, one of my step definitions changed. So I'll show you that as well. So let's take a look at the world file, because that's the most important, that was the most important changes. Obviously, and this is just a before and after for the world file, just a diff. So instead of importing from Cucumber/Cucumber, I'm importing from QuickPickle. All of the function names are the same. except there is no setTimeout. You'll see that in a minute. In CucumberJS, I did this thing where I had the browser just be one shared browser and context and page among all the tests, so I didn't have to constantly close and reopen them, which worked because CucumberJS was working entirely, what do you call it? Not sequentially, but it didn't have any parallelism. But now it does in vitest, so that doesn't work anymore. So the browser and browser context and page are now set in the init function of the QuickPickle world variable builder. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, basically just moved all of this from the file context into the init function. And what else do we have here? Yeah, I didn't need my before step and before functions. I didn't, excuse me. Yeah, I can't do setDefaultTimeout anymore. That again is part of the configuration here. testTimeout for vitest. I didn't need to set, all these info steps are automatically handled by QuickPickle. So, if I want the scenario name and the tags and stuff like that, they're all in the world.info variable. And then for the after, I do have some things in here because when the tests fail, I wanted to do some funky stuff with saving a failure file so that I could, do some things. That's here. This is before and after, and I don't think there's anything there that's really general to converting from QuickPickle, except, instead of this .step, we're going to be using world.info.step. And that's it for the changes to the world file. Just remove all those things that I needed before. And for changes to the step files, this looks like a lot of changes over here, but actually what it is just converting, is to search and replace from this to world. And then there's only a few changes. Again, you're importing from QuickPickle. Again, instead of importing from the world.js file, which was my support file for CucumberJS, I'm importing from server.world.ts. Okay, again, it was so much hassle to get ESM and TypeScript working with CucumberJS, and I had to figure out, all these configuration things and use the .js extension. So strange. But yeah, for QuickPickle, it should just work to use, how you normally import files should be fine with vite. Yeah, and then, oh yeah, the file location changed, so remove one of the dots there. Yeah, so just change your imports. That's all this is just changing the location of the imports, because the location of the search.steps.ts file is different. And then as for the tests themselves, yeah, so this is where I changed this to world, and instead of having this .step, now it's world.info.step. And again, this is because CucumberJS doesn't have any information about the step name, so I had added it to the world variable, and I'm doing that in a slightly different way in QuickPickle. So, oh, I've changed to this in the comment as well. Interesting. Yeah, world.info. This is actually some work that I had to do between when I fixed this and when I am now showing it to you. So yeah, but mostly it's just world. Changing this to world basically does it. Yeah, world.info. Yeah, that's it for the step file. I just changed this to world and changed the imports, and then dealt with any small idiosyncrasies between my old setup and QuickPickle. Yeah, I think that's pretty simple. I'm going to change that back so that the CucumberJS still runs again. Yeah, and then link finder.steps, again, changing this to world and changing the imports. And the only thing that I had to do was, before I had a web file for steps related to the front end, and now it's just import QuickPickle Playwright. And the steps are different. These are my steps for the old steps for the web that I was using. And then for QuickPickle Playwright is just, provides you the steps out of the box. And so I had to change one test, the search results. Where is it? Search. No, it's the link finder. Yeah, that test. So the text area value, yeah, that was the step that changed, and now it's the named input, and the name of this input stupidly is paste in some text or whatever. So, and I didn't have a I didn't put a label for that input, so it's just the what do you call it, the help text that shows up. Anyway, placeholder. So yeah, but that's it. That's all the changes we need. Just change this to world, and set up those configuration files with your vitest configuration. I didn't even add any of the Cucumber the QuickPickle configuration for exploded tags or anything like that. I haven't done it yet. I can eventually, but basically it's just migrating is pretty simple, or it should be pretty simple now that I've fixed a few of the errors. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you, and we've got a lot further along in terms of feature parity with CucumberJS, which I'm excited about. There's still a couple things that aren't done, like for Cucumber expressions. This is a Cucumber expression right here. I should see a potential link for paragraph int of string. In CucumberJS, there's a way that you can define custom variable types. So if you wanted to have a, it's read only, but if you wanted to have like a direction that would find left, right, up, or down, or something like that, you could add a variable type called direction, and then you could put bracket direction end bracket, and it would know that that was either left or right or up or down. You can't do that in QuickPickle yet. You have to use a regex if you want to get that specific. But then again, regex is pretty easy. You can just do this for a regex, and that'll work. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this, my experience converting a rather complex CucumberJS project over to QuickPickle. I think it should go fairly easy now. We're almost reached feature parity with CucumberJS, I think. But we still have that custom variables. If you want to do that, you'll have to use the regex-based Cucumber step definitions. Yep. Oh, and one of the important things with Cucumber is the ability to run tests based on their tags. And with QuickPickle, I'll just show you real quickly how to do this. I've got my tests, now changed to vitest run in my package.json file. Ah, that was a change I didn't show you, isn't it? But don't forget to change those scripts. But yeah, if you want to run just a particular tag, test search local, and then -- to get out of the npm run, and then -t, and then we'll just run the highlighting tests. Yeah, so that's just runs those 5 tests related to highlighting. So that's how you'd run tests that are tagged with a certain tag. Or it works with names too, like highlighting word something, I forget, there's one that's named that. Yeah. Anyhow, that's it for today. Give QuickPickle a try and let me know what you think. Thanks very much for watching.